Hey guys. So a couple new things. I think the last two um times I've been on here, the like the quality just hasn't been that great. So I got a new camera. The quality still wasn't that great. So I think I've upgraded my streaming so that it should be a lot better, because you really couldn't even see what the heck I was looking at. So okay, so hopefully because of this camera and updating my live streaming, the quality should be way better. And this time is the first time I have a new microphone. So hopefully that is even better. We'll see at the end of this. I'll play this back at the end and see if the uh volume and all that is good quality as well. So right now, we're just gonna hop into it, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna finish this book. This is the fifth time. This is the fifth video of us going through a Sherlock Holmes escape book, The Adventure of the London Waterworks. I really like it. So far, I think I've spent about Mm, almost 4 hours, probably like 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes doing this one. So it is a long escape book. And I do think that it would be even longer if you really took your time and did the whole thing, where if you make a mistake or you go back and read like what the alternative would be. I really like doing that. But I'm not going to take up all of our time doing that right now. If I was doing it by myself, I probably would do that. So let me take a sip of tea and then we're going to hop in here. Ah. Okay. So, um I we are on section 38, and I covered up this because we're not doing that right now. Um this was a section that we don't need to be reading about right now. We're right here. Smoking your pipe. That was the last thing we did. So alrighty. Let's get into here and see where this ends up. I think we're gonna finish it today. All right, smoking your pipe. You close your eyes, lean back in your chair, and take a long, inspiring pull on your pipe. The blue smoke curls up towards the ceiling. When you open your eyes, you feel ready to deal with the items on the desk in front of you: a white envelope, a black notebook, and a folded green plan. So you pick up the white envelope, turn to 79, pick up the black notebook, turn to 14, pick up the folded green plan, turn to 105. Get up and explore the right hand engine house. Enjoy your pipe and wait until the morning. Oh my goodness. Okay. So obviously we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Pick up the white envelope, turn to 79. All right. A blueprint. This was in the white envelope. Okay. A white envelope has a handwritten legend written upon it. Y equals 1, 4 equals W, and 5 equals T. Inside, you put 5 pieces of a blueprint showing water pipes. It's been torn up, but it's not too difficult for you to rearrange the pieces. Clearly, the handwriting on the envelope is describing pipe routes on the blueprint, but the letters on the blueprint are A through E. Perhaps the letters on the blueprint need to be encoded using the code wheel to match the note, following the number on the blueprint to its corresponding letter. Then use the code wheel to decode the letter. Okay. So Y equals written upon it. 1 equals Y, 4 equals W, and 5 equals T. Okay. Need to be decoded using the code wheel to match the note. Okay. So let's just see. 1 equals y. That's what that should tell us. Y equals 3. So if y is here, that equals 3 in Q. Okay. But 1 does not equal y. 4 does not equal w, does it, right? See, okay, so see the inputs here? These are the only inputs and these are the outputs. So is the output supposed to be something? That can't be right, right? Okay, let's just see. So A equals what number? Let's okay, no, we should go this way. Let's just go ahead and do it exactly like they're saying. So A equals 4. And then, okay, it has a question mark here. So it's not like these were correct. Anyways, clearly the handwriting is describing the pipe routes on but the letters on the blueprint are A through to E. Okay, perhaps the letters on the blueprint need to be encoded using the code wheel to match the note. Okay, so 1 A actually equals 4 and P. A equals 4 and P. I will do that. So we have A, B, C, D, E. Let's find A, and then what's B? B is 5 and W. That's weird. 5. Oops, I'm sorry, my bad. What is it again? B is 5 and W. B. 5 and W. Okay, A, B, and then C. C is 7 and T. Does your answer match the writing on the envelope? No. No, because already 5 is B and W, 4 is A and P, and we haven't gotten to 1 yet. So A, B, and then C is whatever I just said, 7 and T. 7 and T. Okay. A, B, C. D is 1 and Y. D is, so D and Y. That's correct, but this is not. 1 equals Y, correct. 4 equals W, no. 5 equals T, no. That's a C. Okay, so we don't have to go any further. We've already solved this, I think. I guess we'll find out. So, does your answer match the writing on the envelope? No. So I'm going to turn to section 73 like it says. Oh, opposite direction. Duh. And let's see what happens. A pause for thought. You stuff the pieces of the blueprint back into the envelope and extinguish your pipe. The handwritten note on the envelope matched the layout on the blueprint, but the events of this evening have knocked you off your stride. To your unfathomable exasperation, you got the puzzle wrong. You crave a little of your favorite 7% solution. Although you know Watson would fiercely disapprove, you don't normally bother with sleep, but maybe you should clear your head with a little nap. And then it says turn to 20. Is that probably like when you get caught again? 20. Murky dreams. And then 67. I just want to know if you're gonna yeah, okay. So because I got it wrong, let's do this. Okay, murky dreams, that's where it's sending us next. Tonight, Your dreams, so often crystal clear visions of flight through multi eyed palaces of thought, are murky and confused. When you awake after much longer than you intended, your face is on the pile of documents on the desk, and there is movement outside. And then it takes you to the implicated page, which we've looked at a couple times. How you are implicated in the kidnapping of the governor. Okay. So I don't know how I got this wrong. Okay, 1 equals D and Y. 4 equals W? How? 4? Okay, if I put 4 here, it Y and K. Okay, surely it will give me more though. Like these have to repeat themselves. Okay, R and D is 4. I don't understand this one. I messed up. Okay, I'm going to look in the back and see what clues they have for 79. It says a blueprint. First, you need to put the map together, maybe draw that on another piece of paper. Check the 3 mappings, 1, 4, and 5. If any of them does not lead to the stated encoded letter, you don't have to check anymore. You only need to know if all of them are correct. So as soon as you find that one isn't, you can stop. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I totally messed up because you were supposed to take your time and write these down. That doesn't sound very fun to me, though. Oops. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Are they all on the same side? I think B and this would have been together. That looks correct. Okay. I got it wrong. So let's just soldier on and say, yes, they were correct, and turn to 62. My bad. I knocked over my new microphone. So if you heard something weird, that's what it was. Okay, 62. Torn pieces. You put the torn pieces back into their envelope. It's all very well doing puzzles like this. Clearly, you find them easy, but it's not obvious how it's helping you get out of the current predicament of being trapped in the pumping station. On the other hand, not solving the puzzles certainly won't improve the situation. You smoke your pipe and turn to 38. All right, section 38. Okay, so we're back here. All right, so we did the white envelope one. Okay, so we did that one. Pick up the black notebook, turn to 14. Alrighty, let's see here. 14. Okay. The black notebook. The cover of the notebook is completely blank. There's no writing, pattern, or label. When you flick through it, all the pages but one seem empty, with that one exception indicated by a folded corner has writing on it. It says, "Find me on the cover, ransomed cork, hostaged plug, blackmailed bung." It's a curious puzzle. You look at the cover of the book in your hands. You intuitively know that the author's clue is staring you in the face, but sitting in the office, you just cannot see it. You drum your fingers on the desk and berate yourselves. Why are you being foolish? Why are you being so doltish? I saw doltish, but I read it as foolish. Okay, anyhow. All right, so ransomed cork turned to 23, hostaged plug turned to 68, blackmailed bung turned to 8. It's a curious puzzle. You look at the cover of the book in your hands. Find me on the cover. Okay, the cover of the notebook is completely blank. There's no writing on it. It's black. Ransomed cork, hostaged plug. Blackmailed bung. Okay, so I think it has something to do with black because it's a black notebook that's blank. Find me on the cover. That says right there. I think I'm going to go with blackmailed bung just because of the black. Maybe that's way oversimplifying it. I don't know. And instead of overthinking, underthinking, but we'll see. Um you can so we go to 8 for the blackmailed bung. And it says, you congratulate yourself for the way you're solving all these puzzles, but wonder about the time. You flip open your pocket watch. Either your watch is wrong or it's getting late. 20 past 1 in the morning. Smoke your cherry wood pipe. Okay. Um, so what would happen if I had turned to 23 for ransomed cork? 23. Let's see. Oh, brother. Ransom cork. A scrap of paper unnoticed on the first viewing falls out of the notebook. Perhaps it concerns the original note, one that you have in your pocket. Read the letters from the end of the note to the start. On its own, that doesn't seem to make any sense. You stroke your chin thoughtfully. Is this going to be a three-pipe problem? Read the letters from the end of the note to the start. The letters. And then I'm going to check out 68 real quick. Uh, 68 is this one. You are making progress. Solving puzzles is always progress, but you wonder how you're doing for time. You flip open the pocket watch. Either your watch is wrong or it's getting late. All the ones 11 minutes past 1 in the morning. 1, 1, 1. Okay, so 11, 11, 11. Here. Okay, so that's weird. So it's supposed to definitely be find me on the cover, ransomed cork. Ransom cork is supposed to be the answer, but I'm not quite sure. Wait, let me flip to the clue for 14. Well, actually, that's just solutions. Let me flip to the hints. 14. The black notebook. Maybe a mixed up clue is an anagram. Although there's nothing on the cover of the notepad, there is something relevant on the cover of another book you know all about. Ransomed cork. Um, okay. Only one of the three phrases is an anagram of Ormond Sacker, whose name appears on the cover of this book. Okay. I never would have gotten that, but I'm going to say that that's ingenious. I do like that. I'm just too dumb to get it without hints. So there we go. Okay, so ransomed cork 23 is an anagram for the author of this, Ormond Sacker, which I feel like might also be an anagram of something else. All right, so let's flip to 23. Read the letters from the end of the note to the start. Read the letters from the end of the note to the start? Do they mean this note? With one exception indicated. It's a curious puzzle. Okay. Okay, I don't know if they mean this note. Read the letters from the end of the note to the start. Nub. No, I don't think so. There's nothing here on this one. But isn't okay, so we're supposed to go back to page 30 or section 38, smoking your pipe. On its own, that doesn't seem to making sense. You stroke your chin thoughtfully. Is this going to be a three-pipe problem on your? Okay, so it's telling you on your own. What about that note that we found at the very beginning? Could it be this note? Study the note carefully. Okay, it just says study the note carefully. I think it might be this note here. I'm gonna scoot this a little closer. Okay, but let's get back to it later. So, smoke your pipe, turn to page 38. Okay, so smoking your pipe. So we looked at the black notebook. Pick up the folded green plan, turn to 105. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's a green plan. Is that good? Alrighty. The green plan. You unfold the green plan and smooth it out. It appears to show possible sizes for square pipes on a site. There are 16 equally spaced points marked on the plan in a 3x3 grid and a table listing each of the possible sizes of square that can fit on it. The table hasn't been completed yet. Only 2 square sizes have been shown. One square has been drawn in blue ink and is 1x1. Okay, so right here. Another is 2x2 and has been drawn in red. Both those sizes have been added to the table. They could have been placed on the points in many different positions, but in each case, just one example is enough to show that it is possible. If every one of a square must be on one of the 16 points, how many different sizes of square are possible? Watson peers over your shoulder. Well, I can see a third straight away. It's very easy, isn't it? The square Watson sees is indeed easy. You saw it straight away, too. It goes all around the outside, occupying an area of 9 units. But is there another one or more? In total, how many different sizes of square with every corner on a marked point can you find on the plan? Okay. How many more? Is that what it says? In total, how many? No, sorry. In total, how many different sizes of square? Okay. So they just pointed out this one too. Okay. So we already have 1, 2, 3. We can reuse what has already been used, right? Okay. With every corner on a marked point. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. How many different sizes? I think this is it, isn't it? We can't do more than this because they've 1x1. Wait. What about 2x2? This is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2. There's no such thing as 1x1. 1, 2, and then 4. Okay, can there be any other sizes besides this? I don't think so. What could be more than that? Because it's saying a different size, right? The square Watson seats is indeed easy. You saw it straight away, too. It goes around all of the outside, occupying an area of 9 units. But is there another one or more? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is it saying 9 units? Oh, because these are the units. Okay. I don't think. Is there more than that? Let's see. One, two, three. Okay, so that's saying 3x3. I'm gonna write it here. Yes. Oh boy. I've been wrong like all day. So that's fine. If I'm wrong again, let's just do it. Exactly 3. Let's turn to 44 and see what happens to us. 12, you fold up the green plan, but as you do, you notice there's a stamp on the back indicating that someone at the drawing office had signed this off. There are the initials CD and a number that looks like the time 12. Okay, so let's see what would have happened if we had said 4. We would go to 101. And 101 says 3:30. You fold up the green map, but as you do, you notice a handwritten note written on the back of it. It says, can y'all even see that? Superintendent appointment Wednesday 3:30. Can you see that? Superintendent appointment Wednesday 3:30. Oh boy. And then if we had said 5, turn to 95. 95 says folded. You fold up the green plan. Oh my geez. Okay, so let's see what the true answer is. 105. Let's start with the hints. 105, the green plan. Remember, this puzzle is about finding how many different size squares can fit, not how many squares there are. For example, there are 9 of the 1 by 1 squares, but that's only one size, although the corners of the square must be on the circles, which also means that the squares cannot hang outside the boundary shown. The edges don't necessarily have to align with the vertical horizontal grid. Wait. What? It can hang outside the box? Oh, it can be sideways. Okay, this is it right here. There are 5 different sizes of square that satisfy the criteria. The diagram shows the area of these different sizes with an example of each drawn on the plan. Oh my heavens above. So the answer is 5. Those 2 things I just showed, 44, I'll show it again. This is a red herring. This right here is a red herring. Turn to 101, and this is a red herring. This right here. Okay, superintendent appointment Wednesday 3:30. This is a red herring. This is not what we're looking for because I should have said 5. That's the correct answer, and turn to 95 where it's just folded up. What was this? 105. So let me look at this again to show you. Yeah, okay. See, they've been turned. Oh man. Okay. So right here, the black one, I missed, and this purple one I missed. Not cool. Okay. All right. So we would have gone to 95 if I had gotten that correct. 95 over here. Folded and put it away. That's what it says, folded. You fold up the green plan and smoke your pipe, turn to 38. So we would have just gone right back and not seen that. I wouldn't have seen those red herrings. Okay. So now we are, we've done the first 3. Get up and explore the right-hand engine house. Turn to 21. 21. Okay. A moment of doubt. Right here, 21. It is rare for you to suffer from doubt, but in a moment so brief that Watson doesn't even realize you are indulging in self-reflection, you pause to wonder if you are doing the right thing. If there are any puzzles on the desk that you haven't yet attempted, something tells you that you won't be getting the chance to come back to them. So you can sit back down at the desk, which would take you to 38, back to 38 where we were just at. No, you're certain you want to get on. Turn to 90. You decide to relax until the morning for inspiration. Turn to 67. 67 is always you go to sleep and are implicated, right? Yeah, okay. Alrighty, so obviously we're not gonna do the last one. Let's go back to the desk real quick and make sure. I feel like, was there something at the bottom I missed? Oh, okay, right. Get up and explore the right hand engine house. Enjoy your pipe and wait until morning turn to 67. So obviously that's also game over and you lose. So we're not going to do that one, obviously. Get up and explore the engine house. Okay, so the white envelope, that one, I'll make a little note. I have a pad next to me. The white envelope is what told us read the letters in the note backwards. I'm going to write that down. Read letters in note backwards. That's what that one said. The black notebook. Oh boy, I've already forgotten. And then the green folded plans. We know it was supposed to be nothing. Okay, let's not. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Pick up the black notebook, turn to 14. And what did that one say? Turn to 14. We found out that it was an anagram. Okay, and no. I'm so sorry. The ransomed cork 23. That's what told us the secret message. Read the letters from the end of the note to the start. That's what this one said. Okay, I said backwards. It's from the end of the note to the start. Okay, so that's one clue. The white envelope 79 was the blueprint that sent us to 62. You put the torn pieces back into their envelope. It's all very well doing puzzles like this. Clearly, you find them easy, but it's not obvious how it's helping you get out of your current predicament of being trapped in the pumping station. On the other hand, not solving the puzzle certainly won't improve the situation. Okay, so that's what happened at the end of that one. So the black notebook is probably the biggest clue that says you need to let's see, 23, that you need to read the notes backwards. Okay, so we're going to go to 38. Smoking your pipe, get up and explore the right hand engine house. 21. A moment of doubt. Okay, so that's where we're at. So those were the clues that we just got. It is rare for you to suffer from doubt, but in a moment so brief that Watson doesn't even realize that you are indulging in self-reflection, you pause to wonder if you are doing the right thing. If there are any puzzles on the desk that you haven't yet attempted, something tells you that you won't be getting the chance to come back to them. All right, so I feel confident we can move along. Sit down at the desk. No, we're good. No, you're certain you want to get on. Turn to 90. And the last one, you decide to relax until the morning for inspiration. No, thank you. You'll get caught and implicated, as we know. 90. Bolton, Watt, and Watt engine room. Okay, can you see this picture? Bolton and Watt engine room. Let me turn it this way. Okay. You go throughout the right-hand door into the Bolton and Watt engine room. The engine is plunging up and down with its powerful strokes. You can hear the sound of the water being drawn up from the suction pool beneath the checker plate floor and sent surging on its way through the heavy pipes. From the top of the steps, you suffer a sudden rush of vertigo and a sense that you're not standing at the top of some water pipes, but on the brink of a vertiginous? Would you say vertiginous or vertiginous? Because it's vertigo, right? Okay, I'm sorry. But on the brink of a vertiginous waterfall. Recovering yourself, you clamber down the steps and notice the hieroglyphs of dancing men scratched here and there into the metalwork. Taking out your magnifying glass, you see them clearly enough to decode their semaphore message. Use the code wheel to decipher the dancing men. Oh, this again. Okay. All right. So, what we did last time was, I hope you can kind of see this clearly. We're supposed to be able to see dancing men in this picture. Use the code wheel to decipher the dancing men. Turn to the number you discover. Okay. So hopefully y'all can see this a little clearly. I see a dancing man right here. And right here. And right here. Okay. I'll just start with those dudes. I don't know if I can see any more right now. Use the code wheel to decipher the dancing men. And then it has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes. I don't. Oh, here's another dancing man. Is there really that many dancing men? Oh my heavens, there's one right here. These are super hard. Like I like these drawings. I don't like looking in them because they are so hard to see. If that they're just cool to look at, but then you have to like search for these dancing men. All right. So, I'm going to start with this one. He has his left arm, left leg out. Let's see what this dude is. Left arm and left leg. Not like this though. The left leg is bent. His arm is straight out and his left leg is bent. Let's see. And it's my left. I'm just doing it by like my left. Okay, I think it's this guy. Yeah, so the two outputs are 6 and J. Right? Yeah. I'll just write that. I don't know. Use the code wheel to decipher. So 6. What am I doing? I wrote a C. 6 and, let me cross that off. J. 6 and J. All right, let's go on to the next one. This dude is in just like full jumping jack. So let's see. Full jumping jack. There he is. He is 3 and E. So yeah, we do the input here and the output is here. 3 and E. 3 and E. Okay. All right. So that was this dude. Let's see. So there's, oh yeah, little dude right here. Both legs bent, arms outstretched. Both legs bent, arms outstretched. This guy, is that correct? Oh, no. Not up. The arms are just straight out at the sides. Yeah, it's this dude, right? Okay, it's this guy. Yeah. Legs bent, arms out. 2 and B. 2, B. Okay, and I got this dude right here. So left leg out. No, sorry. Left arm out with arms bent. I don't know if y'all could even see that right there. Left arm out, arms bent. Left arm out. Oh my heavens, he was right here. Left arm out, arms or legs bent. So he is 5 and C. Oh, come on. 5 and C. Did I do the first one correct? Because it says a J. That's odd. Okay, well, let's just keep on going. All right, this dude right here. Left arm out, right leg out. Left arm out, right leg out. Okay, it needs to be left. Oh, is this it? I don't think it's bent though. I think it's just out. Can you see that right there? So it's the leg is not bent. Okay. So left arm correct, but the right leg needs to just be sticking out. Is that it? Yeah. All right. So that equals 3 and a Q. I don't think this. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I don't know if I can find the next. There's supposed to be one more dancing man. All right, 90. Let's go to the hints real quick. The hint. Bolton and Watt engine room. Look for 6 dancing men. When you have them, decrypt them using the code will solve the anagram. It leads to a number, of course. Solve the anagram? Okay, but I'm missing one more. This is what I'm talking about. I like these, but I don't think looking in this is good. I only found 5 of the 6 dancing men. All right, 90. Let's go to the solutions and see what's up. 90. What? CWELVE. The dancing men can be decoded using the code wheel to spell out 12. How? Okay, so hold on real quick. Let's see which ones I missed. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, wait, this dude right here. Okay. There's a dude right here. Okay, so he's let me get to him real quick. Just 1 second. TWELVE. He's supposed to be the same as Jay. All right. So he's the same as Jay, so it would be J and 6. How is that an anagram? Okay. I don't know. All right, so this should send you to 12. 12. Okay. A trap door. You walk to the river end of the machine where the engine draws up water from beneath the checker plate floor. There's a trap door beneath your feet. It's not a secret trap door. If there are any of those in the pumping station, you've yet to discover them, but offers access for the engine crew to get below the engine. Lift the trap door, turn to 10. Okay. All right. A man bound in iron. The trap door in the checker plate flooring reveals a metal ladder running down to the suction well of the Bolton and Watt engine room. That's where the water is offered up to the mighty engine. The water that is pumping, the water that is being pumped out and away into London. It's as cold as the river that feeds it, but darker. Amongst the foundations of the engine house, but as you peer in and your eyes accustomed to the gloom, an upturned face swims into view, looking back at you, a face framed by spectacular graying mutton chop sideburns. Its owner calls out to you, but his voice is hard to make out over the echoes of the sloshing water. Watson slides down the ladder first, and you follow, stepping onto the concrete walkway around the open pool as you hurry around to the opposite side. The true horror of the scene is revealed. The mutton chop man is bound from chest to toe in heavy industrial chains, swathing him completely in iron. His outstretched arms are chained to the thick pipes that run along the walls, so that he appears the victim of some infernal medieval torture. Good heavens, man, cries Watson to the poor fellow. How did you come to be like this? And who are you, sir? You concentrate in order to hear his reply over the rhythmic noises of the pump and water. For a man chained to a wall in the suction well of a pumping station, he is remarkably composed. Sidney Robert Smith, he shouts politely over the watery racket, Governor of Newgate, Gaul. I'd offer you a hand, gentlemen, but as you can see, I am compromised. And he tries to raise an arm, even a little, but he is so thoroughly run around with heavy chains that he cannot move at all. I am Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective. He almost smiles. Indeed, I was told you would be along. Pleased to meet you, sir. Hmm. This is Dr. John Watson, who will release you. Who will release you? Watson, turn to 76. Alrighty. This says a precise time. The last time I think time was mentioned, it was 1:11. So, okay, let me take another sip of tea real quick. I love my tea. Alrighty. A precise time. You ask the governor how he came to be chained to the wall above the suction pool, while Watson investigates the chains that are wound about his arms, legs, and body. I had finished my office at around 6 this evening, replied Smith, and returned to my house for dinner. Just as I was sitting down at the table to eat, two ruffians came from out of nowhere to apprehend me. You interrupt briskly. What time was that, Mr. Smith? Well, I suppose you mean the precise time? Precise is always best, and you are precise in your habits, are you not? I am, sir. It would have been 7:03 p.m. Thank you. Carry on. The governor resumes his tale. I was sitting down to eat, as I said, and there suddenly appeared, with arms drawn and a sack to put over my head. They carried me here and chained me to the wall. The last thing they said before shutting that trap door and leaving me in the dark here was, Mr. Sherlock Holmes will be along to find you, if he is clever enough. He pauses, but you say nothing, so he goes on. Well, it seems they were right. You were clever enough. Thank you. As you take out the letter you were sent to show the governor, you suddenly realize that there's another number hidden in the coded note. You check all the letters on the pink paper. Turn to the number described by letters on pink paper. Okay. So I had done this way earlier. I said red paper or red, and the red was 39. So if you remember at the very beginning of this book, we were given this note and it says 39, 39 in red. So we will turn to 39. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I had covered that. So we weren't looking at it while we were on the smoke your pipe page. Okay. All right. The governor. Watson has been trying to loosen the chains that bind the governor. He turns to you and shakes his head. There are multiple padlocks, he says, and many chains. I fear we cannot cut them off. Some are too thick, even if we could find the right tools. And on top of all that, we'd have to do it carefully because we cannot have Mr. Smith fall into the pool while he is still encased. Otherwise, he'd be sure to drown. The governor, Mr. Smith, nods frantically in agreement of the latter point. Mr. Smith, you ask, was there anything you were supposed to be doing tonight? Was there a meeting you were supposed to be attending or a pressing duty at the Gall? No, sir, he replies. The only thing I was supposed to be doing tonight was sleeping. Very well. I think that must mean that someone wanted to make sure I was not somewhere else, and given that you are here and knowing the mind of the man behind all this, Professor Moriarty, adds Watson by way of explanation to the governor. That would be Newgate Gall. I need to get out of here and quickly. Sorry, Mr. Smith, we can't free you, but we can get out and arrange for you to be rescued afterwards. Come along, Doctor. Oh, how interesting. I thought you were going to do a bunch of puzzles that to get him out. So this is interesting that that's not what you're doing. Okay. So you're just running back to Newgate Gall. Well, we are. Exasperation. You leave the trapdoor open so that the governor at least has some light. Dr. Watson has found the governor's pewter hip flask in the captive's pocket and administers a courage-inspiring draught to the poor man before following you up the ladder. There's no way out of the Bolton and Watt engine room except back through the office, so you return there. Watson, we need to get out of here quickly. Well, yes, replies the doctor, and you can't help but notice a tone of exasperation in your loyal companion's voice as you sit back down at the desk. Was that an involuntary roll of the eye you had detected? I need to find the time to which we set the clock hands on the contraption on the booby-trapped door. When that is disarmed, we can leave. What about that giant fellow with the shovel in the boiler house? I think he's not a problem we need to solve, you reply. If he was trying to kill us, he would have done better than just look amused at our finding the way out, uh, than our, sorry, than just amused at the finding the way out is booby trapped. No, my dear doctor, we are being contained, not killed. I intend to escape. Look at more documents from the safe. Turn to 43. That's what it says. Inventory. Okay. All right. You thumb through more items from the bundle of documents you found in the safe. One is an inventory and incident report from the foreman. It describes some tomfoolery by a drunken apprentice involving 4 small bins that, at the start of the incident, contained respectively stock hooks 5, long bolts 10, wide bolts 8, washers 100. The apprentice repositioned single items from each bin to every one of the others. That is, he took 3 wide bolts from the wide bolt bin and put one into each of the other bins, and did the same with the long bolts and the hooks and washers. He then set about demonstrating with balances that each of the bin's contents now weighed exactly the same. Oh my goodness. This interesting discovery, however, failed to amuse the foreman, who insisted that all the parts be returned to their correct bins. The apprentice was subsequently sent to his lodgings with a thick ear, a shilling docked from his wages, and the instructions to sleep off his need to tamper with the pumping station's inventory. By the time you finish reading it, you conclude that this episode has no bearing on your current predicament, but you can't help realize, as perhaps the apprentice had realized too, that you can accurately calculate the relative weights of all the parts from this inebriated display. Such is the curse of having the mind of the world's finest consulting detective. You process all the information you consume, all the time, all of the time. How heavy is a hook? How heavy is a hook? As heavy as 6 wide bolts. Turn to 75. As heavy as 6 long bolts. So 5 hooks How heavy is one hook? How heavy is a hook? As heavy as 5 wide bolts, as heavy as 6 wide bolts. Turn to 6. As heavy as 6 long bolts. Okay. Oh, this is hard. I don't have the brain for this. Okay, but see, this is not the. Okay. Try some tomfoolery for small bins. At the start of the incident, contained 5 hooks, 10 long bolts, 8 wide bolts, 100 washers. The apprentice repositioned single items from each bin to every one of the others. That is, he took 3 wide bolts from the wide bolt bin and put them into each of the other bins, and did the same with the long bolts, the hooks, and the washers. He then set about demonstrating with balances that each of the bin's contents now weighed exactly the same. Okay, Am I crazy, or does this not give us enough information? Am I just totally wrong? Okay, because this is what you start off with. And then it just says he took 3 wide bolts from the wide bolt bin and put one into each of the other bins, and did the same with the long bolts, the washers. He then said about demonstrating with balances that each of the bin's contents now weighed exactly the same. I don't understand. I don't know if I don't have enough information or if my brain just isn't good with these things. Let me go to the hints. I don't understand how that would do this at all. I think my husband would be good at this one. Okay, so 43 right here. The relative values are one hook equals. Wait, oh, is this the solution? Oh, I meant to go to the hint. Oh, well, that's fine. The relative values are one hook equals 4 wide bolts, equals 6 long bolts, equals 96 washers. You don't know their exact weights, but you can be sure of the relative values. So the answer that one hook is as heavy as 6 long bolts. This puzzle is actually very old. It appeared using gems instead of industrial pieces in the Lilavati, an Indian book of arithmetic written in the 12th century. I feel so stupid because I just felt like that wasn't enough information, but maybe my brain just doesn't work like that. Okay, so here, what? There's more than one way to solve this, but one method requires you to dust off your algebra. The key thing is that after distribution, all the bins have the same weight. Furthermore, because one item from each bin was put into each of the other bins, you know that each bin has 3 fewer items, because whichever bin you pick, there are 3 other bins than the inventory stated, plus 1 of each of the other terms. So, using H as an individual hook, B for a wide bolt, B for a long bolt, and W for a washer, you can say this. Oh, heavens above. 2 times H divided, no, plus B plus W equals, oh my geez, no thanks. No, 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 no. Nope, too much. All right. So the inventory is as thick as 6 long bolts. Turn to 58. What happens if I turn to 75? Hold on. I'm just going to see because I think that's the incorrect one. 75, 2 books. Oh, wait. Hold on. So, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. 43. What is the answer? Um, one hook equals 6 long bolts. Let's just go correctly. 58. 58. A red notebook. Okay. A red notebook right here. All right. You rifle through the documents and notice a red notebook. Every one of its pages has a page number printed on it, but due to an error at the publishers, every fourth number was skipped in the series. So the pages are numbered 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, and so on. You turn to the 12th page. It has the number 15 written there. There are 32 pages in the book. What number is printed on the last page? Okay. So, okay, so is it every 5 equals 4? No. Okay, so I don't know if there's an easy way to do this. They have some numbers written down already. So what we would do is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it goes 13. What is it? The fourth is missing. Hold on. I think I could just. Okay, let me just do this. I'll just write it out. Okay, so 13. So 14, 15, and then 16 is missing, right? Yeah, 16 is missing. 17, 18, 19, 20 is missing. 21, 22, 23, 24 is missing. 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. Wait, no, 28 is missing. 28 is missing. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Oh, 32. Dang it. Okay, there are 32 pages in the book. So there's physically 32 pages. I thought the last page said 32 and then you had to guess, but that's not the case. Okay, so there is actually 32 pages in the actual book. What number is printed on the last page? So right here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not here actually. 8. You're missing 8 right here. So I have to keep going because even though the page number would have said 31, or let's say 33, because that would be the next one, there's 8 missing pages. So you have to keep going until you reach 32. So 33, 34, 35, 36 is missing. I'm going to write that. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 is missing. Okay, if there's 32 pages, then I think there's 41. I'll figure it out in a sec. 41, 42, 43, missing 44. So right here, we're missing 8. Right here, we're missing 8. 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think there's 42 pages, which would make it an even number. I'm going to check that. Oh man, I've been going at this from over an hour. I'm gonna just double check. 58. I think that is correct. A red notebook. Yes, the last page is 42. Okay, cool. Because I've been getting everything else wrong today. An even number turned to 88. 88. Okay. A slow clock. You are distracted from your investigation of the page numbers by Watson snapping his pocket watch shut. The look on his face suggests he's just used it to make a discovery. The importance of that discovery remains to be seen and presumably depends on you. The clock here is running 10 minutes slow, Watson declares. You don't doubt your companion's observation, but your habit is always to instinctively check such assertions. So you pull out your own watch and flip it open. It is indeed as the doctor has claimed. The carriage clock you noticed when you first came into the office is showing a time that is precisely wrong by 10 minutes. Look at the last page of the red notebook. Turn to 64. Names in a grid. That's what it says. Okay. Um I don't want to be here longer than an hour, and I actually have another um I want to film another video with my son and finish up that escape room that we've been doing with him. Um Escape the room, attack of the mega bugs. So I'm going to stop here. Man, I cannot believe this one is taking so long. I mean, that's good. Like, it would be so nice, like you're just sitting in bed and every night for a week or more, you just sit here doing some of these puzzles. So I do like this book. So far I would recommend it. I think there might be a couple puzzles that mm, seem like a misstep for me, but I do find that sometimes my brain just doesn't understand how to solve some puzzles, and I constantly get them wrong. So, anyhow, I'm going to sign off for today. And next time, I think we'll be finishing it up, but I've said that like 3 times already. So, this is neat. So, this is definitely a 5 hour plus book that I think people would really like. So, I'm going to sign off here, and I think I'll come back in a little bit with my son, and we're going to finish up his escape room book, which is really cool. I like it. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and just leave me any comments, and I will definitely get back to y'all. See y'all next time. Bye bye.